Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about, I'm kind of embarrassed and also a little upset. Woman tries ordering Plan B on Uber Eats. Driver refuses to deliver, asks her to reconsider. So it's not the first time we've heard of drivers having particular issues delivering certain items, whether it's a certain time of the day and it happens to be alcohol order, or certain religious values that make them feel uncomfortable doing things. In this case, a driver refused to deliver Plan B for somebody and asked them to reconsider. This goes along the lines of crossing boundaries as a gig worker, and none of us are for that kind of behavior. So with that said, I want to go over everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. In the past few years, the emergency contraceptive Plan B has been a major source of controversy and ire amongst conservatives. For context, Plan B One Step, or Lovon or Gestrol, is an emergency contraceptive that can be purchased over the counter that works to prevent a pregnancy by preventing the body from releasing an egg. When you take Plan B, it delays ovulation, the release of the egg, for a few days, summarizes GoodRx Health. This means there is no egg available for sperm to fertilize, and no fertilized egg means no pregnancy. Now, I'm going to be as clear as possible. This is not a political channel. This is not about the political side of it at all. I am not for one side or the other side. I am simply trying to portray my perspective as an independent contractor for these types of delivery companies. Despite the FDA's official affirmation that Plan B is not an abortion pill, many conservatives have voiced their opposition to or tried to legislate against Plan B. U.S. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, RGA, once stated during a floor debate that the Plan B pill kills a baby in the womb once a woman is already pregnant, a claim that is categorically false. Laws have also been proposed in some states to ban the sale of the drug outright. And in 2022, universities in Idaho made headlines after at least one university urged staff not to tell students how to get birth control or emergency contraceptive, including Plan B per USA Today. Let's be realistic though, this is not the first time that we're seeing legislators and congressmen sending out categorically false messages to paint a poor narrative to push their own agendas or push somebody else's agendas and receive some kind of funding. Which, by the way, I just learned how much funding some of these people are giving them just to push their narrative, and God, I never thought I'd see that, because why is it so cheap to buy a legislator at that point? It's kind of sad. The increased spotlight on Plan B from conservative media has caused the drug to be an area of controversy, an issue that's now found its way into delivery apps. In a post on the Uber Eats subreddit, user Adorable Boss 6908 writes, "Uber driver canceled my Plan B order and asked me to reconsider." I'm gonna leave the Reddit post in the description so you can develop your own opinions as well. But let's be realistic for a second. If you're an Uber driver or a DoorDash driver or whatever kind of driver, Instacart shopper, whatever, and you genuinely feel uncomfortable doing a certain type of delivery, no problem. None of us will judge you for being uncomfortable doing a certain type of delivery. But what we are going to say is that there's a boundary that cannot be crossed, and that is trying to tell the customer how to live their life. Like, we just did a video about somebody delivering alcohol to somebody in the morning, and that could have been for almost anything. What did she do? She handed him a card and basically said, "Get help." If you don't know about that, I'll leave that video in the description. That was a totally separate issue. Feel free to check that out. But this is pretty bad. I know that birth control and abortion and all of these kinds of conversations are very real to a lot of people, but there's a time and there's a place. And I know that there are certain boundaries that have been crossed, don't get me wrong, on the legislation side and the false narratives that have continuously been spewed out. And I get it. I 100% get how frustrating that is. That also said, if you have a problem with it, just unassign and move on. You will receive so much less flack unassigning and moving on than trying to impose your views about it. In the body of the post, Adorable Boss 6908 says that she needed to buy Plan B, but given the fact that it was raining, she decided to order it from Uber Eats. Hi, thank you so much for the tip. Not sure how much it was, but the total OC of the order was $17, and the average is around $6. Although I am grateful, I cannot accept and deliver this knowing what till do. The app will reassign you a new driver within the next few minutes. Hope you reconsider. God bless. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Yeah, I don't know what that means either. First off, if you're going to try to impose your views, at least spell will properly. The only thing that it's gonna do is make for a great post on social media. And don't get me wrong, as the content creator making a video on this, I'm grateful. But who the hell do you think you are imposing this on a freaking customer like that? According to the poster, upon picking up her order from CVS, the Uber Eats driver proceeded to linger around the store for 30 minutes before sending her a message that he cannot accept and deliver this knowing what it will do. The driver also stated that he hopes you reconsider, ending the message with the words, God bless. See, even the way that it's written in the article is literally them saying, yeah, you need to learn to spell, dude. I'm kind of embarrassed, but I'm also a little upset. OP wrote in the body of the post. In a comment, Adorable Boss 6908 added, I understand if he didn't want to do it because of his beliefs, but sending me a message like this is way overstepping. I already felt kind of guilty ordering it and told myself I was being dumb. Then my worst fear happens. Yeah, a lot of people don't consider the idea of why the customer is ordering it to begin with. They don't want to be seen that way. Like, you're doing it for a delivery, that's fine, and you can lead with that, but this isn't okay. Like, you can't do that. Like, you're making it that much worse for her. Comments expressed rage about the Uber Eats driver's actions. Are you sure you didn't order from Uber Preach? Joked a user. Oh my god, imagine if this Uber driver was like a pastor trying to keep the church alive or something. My goodness. Ask him for his name and address so you could send him all your medical bills and adoption papers, since he wants to take responsibility for your life and decisions anyways, added another. No, they don't want to actually take responsibility. They just want to impose their beliefs onto you. That's one of the major problems with the country, in my opinion. There's so many people mouthing off their opinions, but nobody wants to take responsibility for the opinions they make on the subject. I'm willing to bet he doesn't know what it will do at all. Shared a third. I bet he'd deliver condoms, though. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. Before this article, I did not know the science behind Plan B at all. I probably would have said something as uneducated and with a lack of understanding of the subject if I ended up in a conversation about it. But I'm also not going to impose my beliefs and values on somebody for placing an order that I don't know much about. Oh, you wanted Plan B contraceptive? Sure, I'll get it for you. I'll pack it up as long as the tip is right. I'll make sure it gets to you, and that's it. I'm not gonna tell somebody what they will and won't do. And yes, I have delivered condoms before, to be as clear as possible. I don't like doing alcohol delivery, so I simply decline them or unassign them if it wasn't clear that the order contains alcohol. What I don't do is take the order, then lecture the person about the possibility that they're an alcoholic. And do you really need this bottle? And wouldn't you rather I get you some orange juice or soda? Detailed a third. This dasher is way out of line and has no right lecturing you about something that's none of his business. Well, it's an Uber Eats driver, but yes, that's exactly it. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do that. But if you want me to deliver you alcohol, Absolutely. As long as the price is right, I'll deliver you alcohol. Just make sure that you have your ID ready for me. It's not even about the alcohol itself. It's making sure my account's all set up, but that's not even the problem here. The problem is somebody is imposing their beliefs and values upon people who they don't even know. Like, if I'm gonna impose my values, I'm gonna make a YouTube video about it, and people who agree with me will agree with me. I'm not gonna tell them that they're a terrible person for getting Plan B. Like, that self-righteous bullshit is way out of line, man. Many recommended reporting the driver to the company. Please report this person. This is totally inappropriate, said a commenter. You know, I couldn't agree more, and I hate that I have to turn against a driver like that, but I really couldn't agree more. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None if you pay me. There you go. This is the kind of stuff that would make me not want to order at all if I was a customer. And think about it like this. This was a good customer. It was $17 as opposed to the average $6. And this driver imposed their beliefs and values upon this person because, hey, they chose not to believe in Plan B. Whether he was uneducated or not, that's not your place. Now, is that to say that you should be okay with delivering whatever? No. If there is something that goes against your religious values or something that you genuinely don't feel comfortable delivering. Some people don't like delivering alcohol. Some people don't like delivering certain medications, condoms, etc. Just say no and move on. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But what is really wrong is somebody looking at this, seeing somebody do this, and imposing their values like that. That's wrong, in my opinion. All in all, if you see an order and you don't like the contents of the order, just don't take the order. For whatever reason you don't like it, it's okay to just not take the order, but don't cross that line to make the customer feel uncomfortable just because you feel uncomfortable. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!